The back label says, smoking a pancake? No. Cigar and a waffle? No. Pipe and a crepe? No. Bong and a blitz?
Yeah, TTB wouldn't let us say monsters, but they let us put bong.
I'm your host, Jeff Zahrt. We're going to take you behind the scenes with the craft distillers who are pouring their heart and soul into crafting the next version of America's Spirit. This is the Great American Whiskey Cookers. Matt and Mike Blaum at Blaum Brothers Distillery are two of the funniest guys you will meet, and they like pushing the boundaries at the TTB with respect to their labels. Listen, if you were not a label reader before, you will be after this episode, because after all, they're not monsters. Your label, I'm reading the back of your label, and
Not many people do.
it makes absolutely no sense to me.
It won't.
You know, you go to the store and everybody has the same
Bullshit.
bullshit.
Like
on the back of their label.
it's like AI's writing it. It's like you use the finest ingredients and blah blah blah. It's like, okay.
Speaking of that, we did have AI write one of our back labels.
Oh, our latest label AI did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But otherwise, for the past 10 years, we sit in a room, turn our phones off, drink, and generally set a timer of like 5 minutes, and what we have at the end of that's
And that's how you come up with it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And it's usually all inside jokes between us, but
And how much crap do you get from the TTB?
all the time. They're always after us asking, what's this mean? What did you mean by this? That could be
But then we're stubborn and we're like, what's that have to do with the compliance? Like, hey, there's nothing that's out of compliance there, so what do you care?
yeah. Show us the code that says we can't have this on there.
Right. They love when you do that.
Yeah, I mean, when I read it, the first time I read it, I'm like, what the hell? I don't understand what this is about.
Well, if you read all the back labels, it's just going to confuse you more. Sam Wheat brought a wallet to a gunfight. He didn't realize he wasn't coming back. Kathy wasn't clowning this time. Carl is the worst. What's the Kathy reference?
Because the Righteous Brothers sang Unchained Melody, which was in the movie, and they also sang
Kathy's Clown.
Oh, yeah. This bottle brought to you by Ghost.
Wow. How many pours were you into by the time you landed on
You
that?
have to understand, when we were kids, we were movie nuts. We've got pop culture stuff all over here.
Right.
But our parents, we had ABC, NBC, we had like 4 networks, and they had a subscription to HBO. So we watched a lot of the same movies over and over. And at one point, Ghost was on all the time. So we did probably see that movie 100 times.
My wife's like, how do you remember the characters' names from it? And, it's like,
Well, and you guys have done parodies of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. We've done some parodies of different movies and whatnot, Step Brothers and Shaun of the Dead, Wayne's World. Just people ask us why. Are you trying to get like a reality show? We're like, no, we just like doing it. It's fun.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
we did change on the rum label. Instead of saying because we're not monsters, it says, what's it say? Because we're not bilge-sucking scallywags.
Oh my God. I love
And
it.
that passed.
That passed.
That passed without a question.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess being a scallywag is better than a monster.
A lot of it comes down to like
Who's looking at it that day?
because we've had one that's like, you can't do this, and I call and I talk to another agent. They're like, yeah, that's fine.
I've heard that about the team, and then it all depends on who you're talking
I
about.
think they have high turnover rates and they're constantly training people. And the one who's like, what do you mean by monsters? We're like, you're new, aren't you? You don't know us.
Have you seen the descriptions on the beer bottles and stuff like that?
They get away with so much more than we do. I don't get it.
Whatever the hell they want on there. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's crazy.
Well, beer places, they could put your mom's a slut beer on the front of it. Like,
Yeah. And we tried that for the vodka.
yeah.
But
Originally, what
Didn't
we
quite
didn't call our vodka, but
Your mom's a slut vodka.
yeah, your mom's a slut vodka. Well, yeah, I thought it had a nice ring to it.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
we had a guy who worked here in production with me for 5 years. Still one of my best friends, and he's a distiller out in Denver now. And he was always our voice of reason. When we would try and put something on the label, he'd be the one who's like, guys, come on. And we always made the joke when he worked here that at some point we were going to put,
Well, hold on. You know how every distillery is like grain to glass?
yeah. So I said to him one day, I go, yeah, let's put grain to glass and glass to mouth, which sounds like ass to mouth.
It does.
And he was always like, guys, please don't do it. Anyway, he now works in Denver, and he's not here to tell us no.
So finally got it all.
It is when in the north, east, or south, go grain to glass and glass to mouth. Flowers turn to seed, seeds turn to flowers. H.I. McDonough can eat a peach for hours. That's
Oh my God.
two references. That's two Nicolas Cage references. The first one is his character in Raising Arizona, and then he makes that creepy quote in Face Off where he's like, I could eat a peach for hours. Anyway,
That's hilarious.
nobody else, you're the third person who knows what all that means.
So where do they find you guys online?
BlaumBrothers.com, all the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, MySpace, Friendster, OnlyFans, all those. All of them. Yep.
And Highway 20 right here in Galena.
Yep.
Soon you'll have the downtown location on Main Street in Galena, right?
In March. Yep.
Fantastic. Hey, you can find us at thegreatAmericanWhiskeyCookers.com. Like us on the socials. Hit the bell, subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Show us some love. And go to Patreon. Until next time, you can't be good. Be good at it. See you.
Sorry we left out the waffle, and while this whiskey is devoid of tobacco, it sure does go well with a stogie.
Oh, my Lord. So if you're a cigar drinker, you might really want to... Is this an annual release? Is this a limited time offering?
If you're a cigar drinker, you definitely want to smoke this bourbon.